Hello, myself Solomon Ramakrishna here. Basically, we are discussing one of the topic that is city creation. City creation, basically, we are discussing one of the topic that is future creation. In future creation, basically, we are discussing one of the topic that is vitamins. Basically, in this, basically, we are doing the comparison of Sunil Nair expense and the India comparison. India's expense. Previously, it was Mumbai basically, but now basically the entire India basically is one that basically everybody knows. So, comparison of India expense and Sunil Nair expense. So one of the person told that see the expense of Sunil Nair basically. And see the expense of Mumbai city basically 90,000 crore per day basically. Then one of the person told that yes, do you know why basically they have done this basically? That is the person's next generation will go next, or basically the person's next generation will not go next basically. For that basically they have done the planning basically. That is this group basically. That is this group basically. This group has done the plan basically, and these groups basically are doing a crash of plane basically in Himalaya and Mount Everest basically. That are also basically 100 plane crash basically. So one of the person told that that means the American group basically are also connected with this Indian group basically. That is basically the defense minister basically you can say. So one of the person told that that might be possible. That might be possible. So one of the person told that basically the IT industry basically has reached up to what level basically. One of the Indian IT industry basically. One of the person told that there is one NIQ company basically that is basically in Vadodara city. They basically have the very powerful data science project basically. That is Nelson project basically. So one of the person told that he basically is into the master of data science project basically. So what data science means? Each and every people basically in Vadodara city, what they are doing basically, that company basically knows each and everything basically. Then he told that basically why basically this is required basically. There might be some reason basically he might be tracking that. So the he told basically one of the expert basically of the data science told that basically the example is like this basically. The plane basically whenever it get crashed basically, for example two plane basically shifted from the border from the range of the plane basically, range of the plane software basically, it shifted basically immediately basically the data science project basically will dump into the plane software basically, and exact replica of the plane software will get merged with the original software basically. Here basically it's a data basically, so data architect also basically you can say. So he told that that was basically duplicate basically, you can say copy basically. So this is done when two plane crashed done basically, that time basically the data science project basically gets out basically from that control basically. So this is the main reason basically why they are keeping the track of the each and every people basically, each and every people basically. So if they can get track the each and every people, then basically everything basically is controlled. Then he told that yes basically. So you can just imagine basically the data science company basically. One of the person told that yaar itna matlab this much basically dangerous thing basically is happening in the software company basically. Then he told that who might be that company basically. Yeah, basically they might be doing that basically. Then one of the person told that that might be some big company only basically, because small company basically can't do up to this level things to hijacking the plane software and then basically dumping their software into the plane side. That normal company basically can't do basically. So old company only basically can do this. So that basically are IBM group basically. And basically might be possible that basically IBM group basically might have created lots of few companies like Accenture, Capgemini, Patni, Eclairex, Mastech. So they might be doing that basically. But that is 100% sure basically. It is done by the Indian software company only basically. So one of the person told that basically Indian software company are basically up to that level basically. Then one of the person told that it might possible that basically Accenture basically might be created for one person only basically. To secure that one person basically, entire Accenture basically might have created. So one of the person told that that basically is very dangerous news basically. That basically is a very dangerous news basically you have given basically. That is very dangerous news basically. Same way basically there is one company basically Concentrix basically. There also basically there are few basically resources basically. For that resources basically the entire 5,000 employee basically are working there basically. To secure that one resource basically. So you just imagine basically what type of data, what type of task basically that 4 to 5 people basically might be doing basically. One of the person told that also basically. They might be doing some honest level task or basically, or they might be doing very bad level task basically. This is only possibilities basically. If they are doing very bad level task basically, then huge level number of money basically will be going to generate. 100 plane crash equal to how much basically 3,000. Each person basically will have the bank account of 100 crore also basically. You can just imagine more than 30,000 crore basically is the getting from one plane basically. 30,000 multiplied by 100 plane crash basically. So just imagine basically more than 3 lakh crore basically. 3 lakh crore amount basically is getting per day basically. So one of the person told that basically this 22 lakh crore basically 22 lakh crore basically dollar amount basically are getting this whole amount basically. So this whole our amount basically is transferred to this bank account basically, that is of 22 lakh crore basically. So one of the person told that that's very dangerous thing basically. That's very dangerous thing basically. So one of the person told that who is the owner of this 20 lakh crore account basically. 20 lakh crore is basically into one account basically. So that basically it was very shocking news basically. Like this the 20 lakh crore basically amount is getting increased basically. And Switzerland basically Swiss bank is basically just 2 to 3 percentage of this 20 lakh crore amount basically. So one of the person told that यार मतलब कौन सा बैंक है, which bank it is that basically. Then basically one of the person told that is a stock exchange only basically. So one of the person told that stock exchange मतलब क्या है क्या, what is this stock exchange basically. That was very basically because the stock exchange basically example I have already taken basically black money basically which is getting converted into white, that is stock exchange basically. Few people says that the 99% basically money are basically black, and stock exchange basically in front of the public basically its revenues basically more than 3 lakh crore basically Indian rupees basically. There the amount is 20 lakh crore is a dollar basically. So it was very shocking news basically that stock exchange basically amount basically is up to this level basically. In front of the public basically that is 3 lakh crore basically. That is white money basically. So 99% amount is basically black money. That few forum basically of the website basically are telling basically. So one of the person told that how basically they might be doing here basically this everything basically. That is very dangerous question basically. One of the person basically told that basically. So there also basically the software companies are basically playing the role basically. There also the software companies are playing the role because nowadays the world basically is digital basically, and that is a digital world basically. So one of the person told that who might be handling this that all software, who might be project manager of that, who might be project director basically of the Bombay Stock Exchange basically. Here basically I taken the example of Bombay Stock Exchange which contains 22 lakh crore dollar.